Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and this video is all going to be about Tourist Bus Simulator. Sounded like I said bust then. Tourist Bus Simulator. Now I've been playing a lot of this and juggling this with Fern Bus lately, because I've recently picked up Fern Bus and then I picked up this in the PSN Spring Sale because this was added to the Spring Sale just last week. And I like what both games do in terms of the differences that they bring to the table in terms of being a bus simulator. Whereas Fernbus does the long distance stuff very, very well, and the covering of all European or most European cities. Tourist Bus is more confined to this one island, and it's all about running a company, and it deals with the running of a company a lot better than what Fernbus does. Well, I say better. Fernbus doesn't really attempt to do any kind of running of a company or economics or hiring and firing the staff and building up a fleet of vehicles. Fernbus is more around about plotting various routes, getting around Europe, unlocking all the cities, and then joining all the routes together and just going on. But there's no, from what I've seen of Fernbus so far, I love the long distance driving of it and the immersion of feeling like you're doing long distance driving, but there's no economy as such. Whereas there's a proper economy with this. There is an XP system in Fernbus, but the XP system is once you hit level 4, you are maxed out and you've unlocked everything. With this, there's skill points, and there's money. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna quickly go into my office because this is the office that you arrive at once you land at the airport. I've already done a few jobs. I've got a few jobs under my belt. I've got one employee under my belt, and I've got two. I own two buses. I've got the other bus assigned to my employee who is doing a repeated job, a job that's looped, so it repeats on a daily basis. These vehicles here are also mine, so those are mine if I want to go and pick up another bus that I buy, then you have to physically drive there in one of these vehicles to go and pick up your bus, and then these miraculously get delivered back to your office here anyway. That's your garage when you hire a mechanic. I haven't got a mechanic yet, but if you hire a mechanic, you can then get all your repairs and servicing done in-house rather than needing to take it to the repair centre, which is just north on the map. And then this buggy here, there is allegedly there is bits of. There you go. You need to gather all the parts to assemble the vehicle, so there is bits of the buggy out in the wilderness to discover. And once you do that, then that will become a third vehicle. But for now, I'm just going to quickly go into the office, my office. I'm going to quickly grab a quick job and run a very, very quick job. So just get a job, you go to the copier, I believe, orders, there you go. So that's the current order. As you can see there, just above what looks like a no entry sign, there's like a figure of 8 on its side. That means the job is looped, it's repeated on a daily basis. Every day at around about 12 noon, my employee named Phil goes out and does that job. Now I'm going to go to new orders, and I'm going to pick up a quick, short journey. So let's do this one, which is, it says 35 minutes. I don't think that's real time. I think that's what in the game time, in the scale of the game time. So I'm going to grab that job. I'm going to give it to me, and I'm going to do it in this bus because the other bus is assigned to Phil. And that's it, job done. So that will then appear. I didn't look at the date of the job. Let me go back. Current orders. So the one I've just picked up is this one, and that is due to take place on the 13th of June 2023, and it's an 8 p.m. start. So if I go to the calendar on the wall, you'll see there on the 13th there is a job penciled in, and that is me. Now if I press the square button, it'll skip to my next appointment. So I hold that in, it'll skip time. It should be going dark outside because it's 8 p.m. It is June though, so it won't go dark until around about 9 p.m. fully dark. And my job should be ready to go. So if I go to the schedule here, you'll see there's 2 jobs on there. The one that the driver is doing, Phil, that's the repeated job. He's doing that. He did his job earlier on, and I'm about to start mine just now. So let's go out, get in my bus, and drive to the. Oops, sorry, wrong way. And drive to the pickup point. So because jobs are booked in your office on this game as well, the jobs come through on the office and in your office, should I say, and then you go out and do the job. There's no need to check the passengers in when you get to the stop where they are waiting. They've already booked; they just get on. Whereas in Fernbus, they do you need to check the tickets to make sure there's no strays trying to get on board. So we'll get on board. We'll shut that door. We'll get the engine fired up, put it in drive, parking brake off. We'll get the aircon on, because they always complain about the aircon. And then we'll get the destination board on, the Wi-Fi on, and we'll go. As soon as I drive out of my office on the mini-map, bottom right, you'll see an orange line appear. That is my route. That'll put my first stop, which is pretty much right in front of me. There's shops to discover in this game, there's restaurants to discover in this game, there's hardware shops, furniture shops, all manner of stuff to discover in this game. Again, that's something Fernbus doesn't really have. This does have a lot more going on, as well as just driving the bus. We'll just go. So as soon as I open the doors, these will start getting on. There's no need for luggage or anything like that. So open both the doors, they'll start jumping on. Again, you don't have to check them on because they've already booked. So they've got here in time to get on the coach that they know they've got booked, and you've just got to take them to where they need to go. So we'll shut the doors because they're all on, and we'll get on our way. So these games, the Fernbus and this game, obviously have started off on PC and spent a number of months or years in early access, and then they eventually reach a point when they fully release in what they deem as a finished form, and then eventually they get ported across the console. And I'm playing this on the PS5 now, so... And these are the kind of games you kind of think, as a console owner, or as a primary console player, you never think you're going to get these games. But as times have gone on, we've started to get a lot of games like this now on console, like this, Fernbus Bus Simulator, Lawnmower Simulator, House Flipper, and all manner of games porting across. You know, fishing, North Sea fishing, and all those kind of... Oh, I'm going the wrong way, because I'm chatting away here. And that sun is blinding. Should put my sun visor down, really. So yeah, you asked me 4 or 5 years ago, I'd have said, you know, we're never going to get games like this on a console. These games are designed for PC. They're going to stay on PC. But we have started getting more and more games like this are coming across, and that's very, very much a big thumbs up for me, because I do like games like this. As I've got older, generally, I do like the kind of games and the kind of experience these give me in terms of being the ultimate chill-out experience. Now, let's get the handbrake on. Oh, not the window wipers, the handbrake. Let's get the doors open so people can get off and on. And, I mean... I'll be the first to say, and put my hands up in the air and say, that these games are always still in full release a little bit rough around the edges, but they're never rough around the edges to the point where they frustrate you. They're always still quite a pleasant experience, and if you get them for the right price, in a sale, or second hand or whatever, if you're buying physical, then there's a lot of fun to be had. You can get a lot out of these games. Without a shadow of a doubt you can. Oh, handbrake is on, isn't it? After the handbrake on. Get the handbrake off, and let's set off and go back. So another set of passengers have got on, and now I think we're just a case of heading back. What I do need to do, or should have done when I was parked up, was get those lights on. Let's reverse a little bit, put in drive, and let's go. Whoops. Ignore that. The AI can be a little bit dopey as well, like not leaving enough room to swing the big beast around corners, because the corners and the streets on this, compared to Fernbus, are obviously a lot tighter than your big open roads and your motorways and your big cities. Don't need the I-beam on, surely. But yeah, ultimately, I get a lot out of these games. When you've been playing something that's a little bit taxing and a little bit stressful, and you're playing your usual AAA stuff, and your ass kicked by bosses, or getting frustrated with the platformers and other genres of games. These are the kind of games you can come to when you can think, do you know what? I need time out. I need to unwind. I need to put something on that's a bit more chill. And even though it's got its quirks and it's got its bugs and it's got its glitches, they're never frustrating. They're more laughable than anything, than they are frustrating. There's the airport in front. Oh, I've done the wrong turning. I'm going to cut across. They want to go to the airport. Should reroute. There you go, yeah. Yes, it's usually really bad driving. I'm normally not this bad, honest. So guys, if you like this kind of content, because I have been posting a lot of content like this of late, whether it be this, Food Bus, or even Train Sim World as well. If you like this kind of content, give this video a thumbs up if you don't mind. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see when I go live with new content, which I will do on a regular basis. I do fit this in around, you know, looking after my family, my kids, and working as well. So this is just a hobby. This is a pastime. These videos are put out to hopefully to help people, to so people can see what games are like that they may have had their eye on, to help them if they've been struggling on how to get started on the game as well. Because I know Phone Bus is a little bit tricky when you first fire it up on how to actually figure out how to get started. And this doesn't really, you know, this doesn't hold your hand much after the first 20 minutes or so. So series rating 81%, crashes I had 3. Let's get the doors open. And if you've got any questions or anything that you want to ask, anything that you want to tell me that I may have got wrong, by all means put them in the comments below in the comment section. And I'll read them and I'll do my very best to reply to all. That's everybody off. We'll get the doors. I'll just check everybody is off. Make sure I've taken no prisoners. Yep, everybody is off. That aircon is loud, isn't it? As you get to the back of the bus, wow. Well, man, that might be the engine in the back. That'll be the engine. Right, let's get back to base. There is as well, let me just park up here to a sort of stop. There is different camera angles. So clicking of the right stick takes you down to the nav system down there. And that one takes you down to the digital display so you can see your fuel levels and stuff, because there is refueling that needs to be done. Not quite sure why it takes me over to there, because you can't physically interact with any of them buttons like you can on a PC, where you could probably move a mouse right now and start clicking on the individual buttons to turn things off and on. Same with this one as well, you can't interact with any of those buttons, so it's probably this is pretty much copy and pasted straight across from the PC, but bears no function on the console. Then you've got that angle, and then finally you have got an external angle. And you can drive like this as well. Now Phone Bus only has the 2 camera angles. Phone Bus only has the internal front-facing cockpit, where you can then rotate your head around using the right stick, or the external view like this. There is no other views on Phone Bus. The other views on this, in my eyes, are, to be fair, a little bit pointless. So that's me parked up. If I quickly just put it in reverse, try and get my bus back in the depot the best that I can. Put it in neutral, get the lights off, parking brake on, oop, and then engine off, and we'll get out of the bus. And there you have it, guys. That's how you do jobs on Tourist Bus Simulator, and that's how you run your company. There is more to it than that. You can do longer jobs, you can do longer drives, you can have multiple employees. I've only got the one. You can employ more. They do. Some of them do actually stipulate and require that they want accommodation, which you have to find on the island, because there is accommodation to find on the island. One of which I think I did buy. Yeah, there. I bought that one. That's accommodation. So I think that's mine, but you can get drivers and employees that require accommodation as well. So that is sometimes part and parcel of them accepting a job and negotiate wages with them, etc. But yeah, there's a lot of depth to this. There's a lot more going on under the hood with this compared to Fernbus. Fernbus is great as a chilled experience for people that just want the long distance, long driving stuff. There is a fair bit of simulation to it in terms of checking passengers on and off the bus. Some will want to buy a ticket because they haven't got one already, so they'll want to buy one, and you can buy one as long as they're wanting to go to the destination you're going to. But with this, it's all about running a company and managing your employees, managing your vehicles, servicing your vehicles, and so on. So there's a lot going on for this, and I like them both. I like what they both bring to the table. But that, for me, guys, on this video, is another video done. So by all means, like I say, please subscribe if you haven't done so already, because I'll be dropping more content similar to this and other stuff, because I am a variety content creator. Give it a thumbs up. Pop comments down below if you've got anything you're unsure about, or anything that you want to ask me, or anything I've not covered in this video, and hit the notification bell so that you can see when I go live with new content. And I'll very much appreciate anyone that does that for me, because like I say, I'm only doing this as a hobby, but I'd like this to grow into something and a nice little community of people that like these kind of games and like to see these games that don't get showcased enough. So for now, from me, I'll catch you on the next one.